just overthinking everything today. That's funny that I say today because I overthink everything every day. For starters, this whole video is stemming from me overthinking everything today. And what's funny is this is the third time I'm trying to film this video because I'm just overthinking everything that I've said in the past 2 attempts. So if you haven't gathered this by now, I overthink things a lot. And this video, very unplanned, because originally I was going to film a video of me planning out my Instagram content today. But then, as I was doing that, I started overthinking it and I got really overwhelmed. And I could just go along and film that video anyway and pretend like everything's fine. But I feel like that would be a disservice to my YouTube channel and what I'm trying to do on this platform. My whole goal with this channel is to share my small business journey and my journey with trying to grow on social media. And if I were to just ignore this little bump in the road, or big bump, I should say, that would be unrealistic and it wouldn't show the true journey that I'm currently going on. So I guess to start, why am I feeling overwhelmed? Well, because I feel like my Instagram page and the content that I share on there is very different from what I'm trying to do on my Etsy shop. When I first established my Instagram page, I wanted it to be super broad. I wanted to be able to just post any form of art on there because I like so many different art forms and I didn't want to box myself into anything. So I shared calligraphy, bullet journaling, photography. I got into digital art. I do a lot more of that now and not so much bullet journaling anymore. But the good thing about how I structured my art page is that's okay. I can change with the times, and when I learn a new art form that I like more than this old one, I can phase that one out and start adding this one in. But what I'm struggling with that is I don't have a niche. On my Etsy shop, I'm trying to establish a niche in the area of branding and personalization, so I started out with some digital download color palettes that people can use for their own branding and their own projects to just personalize anything in their life with a color palette that they like. And then my next set of products that I've been working on for a couple of weeks are digital illustrations. And I feel like that fits pretty well with the branding and personalization stuff that I'm going for on my Etsy because the portraits are personal. Obviously, it's a picture of you or your family or your friends. And I guess it could be related to branding if you used it for your brand, whatever. The point is, those things are somewhat related. They're also both digital download products. Where I'm struggling is how this ties in to my Instagram page, which has no niche. I post photography, I post digital art, and I post just anything creative that I've done. And I like this. It's kind of just like this is my dump of art, creative stuff that I do. But it's not the greatest for trying to build a brand and a business. I think where I got overwhelmed today is I was trying to plan out my Instagram content for the next couple weeks because I'm running out of stuff to post, and all I really have to share are pictures from my New York trip, which I've already been sharing over the past couple of weeks. And I don't want my content to get boring and repetitive over the next few weeks, but I don't really have anything else to share right now because I'm not ready to share the portraits I've been working on until the Etsy listings are up and they're not done. Also, I don't want my account to look like it's just photography because the whole point is that I do a bunch of different art. But if I'm only posting pictures, then it looks like I'm just a photography account. And I think also a lot of my followers aren't there for the photography. I feel like they're more there for the digital art. But I'm still trying to keep photography as a part of my page, but then I don't want it to go full photography for the next month. So that's where I started to get overwhelmed earlier today when I was trying to film the video planning my Instagram content. I was just noticing that all I had to post for the next month were pictures from New York. And then that just sent me down this spiral of, wait a second, my Etsy page is all digital art, all branding and personalization, and that's the niche I'm kind of trying to chase right now to get my shop going, and my Instagram page does not reflect that at all. But then I'm also struggling because I don't want to box myself into just digital illustrations because one, if I get busy and I can't draw a new portrait and I run out of portraits to post, I have no content to share. And two, I don't know that I want to do digital illustrations forever. I've always had a dream of selling physical products on my Etsy that I actually make and ship out. I just haven't been able to reach that dream yet because I'm a full-time college student. I don't have a lot of money and time to invest in hand making products for people right now, but I would love to at some point. So with the way that I have my Instagram page right now, it wouldn't be too hard to just like start adding in handmade products because it's just more art that I've been doing. But then if I try to niche down into just digital illustrations, because that's what I'm doing right now on my Etsy, then it would be a lot harder to make that pivot in the future because, you know, trying to start introducing handmade personalized wine glass charms onto a page where I've been only sharing digital portraits. Those two things are not related, and I feel like it would be hard to make that pivot. But then also, I feel like so much advice I've seen online for people who want to start a small business is to just start and you can always pivot later. Like, that's the whole thing that people say, like, you're not locked into what you start with forever. So, like, yeah, I guess that's true, but can I really pivot that much? I don't know. But I feel like I have to make some sort of change right now because people who go to my Instagram page are not going to look at my content and think, I'm going to order a digital portrait illustration from this person, because I hardly share that on my page. So how are they even going to know to do that if they didn't happen to see the story promo I just did yesterday or something like that? It's also hard because, you know, the natural human thing is to compare yourself to others. And so I see other art Instagram accounts that are selling digital portraits and they're doing really well, and that's all they share on their Instagram page. And it looks really nice and cohesive, and I look at their page and I immediately know what they do, and I'm like, that looks beautiful. If I ever want a portrait, I'll go to you. But people don't see that and think that when they see my page, and that's what I'm struggling with right now. So anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I could just change my whole account right now and niche down. I could start a new account and keep this one as kind of an art dump, but then a new account for strictly portraits and stuff. But that's just a lot to manage. I don't know that I want 2 accounts. And then what would I do in the future? Would I make a 3rd account once I started making physical products that I ship out to people? I don't want 3 accounts. And of course, I also don't want to force myself to make this decision overnight because I don't want to make a rash decision, change a bunch of stuff, and then regret it in a week. But I also feel like there's a time crunch and like there's pressure to make a decision because I'm going to be listing my portraits on Etsy soon. And the longer I take to make a decision, the more that I'm just posting random pictures on my Instagram page just so that it looks like I'm still active. But I want to post stuff that I'm proud of and that I personally would like and engage and interact with as a follower of someone else. So I really have no idea what I'm gonna do, and I need advice, but I only have 78 subscribers, so who knows who's gonna watch this. I hope that someone finds it and just can tell me some good advice because I need it. And if you are that someone, please feel free to comment as much as you want. Tell me what you think I should do. Tell me your own personal experiences with this if you have any. Just help me, please. Anyway, I don't know what this video turned out to be, but I wanted to be transparent and I wanted to have an honest chat about how I'm feeling with my Instagram page at the moment, because the whole point of my channel is to document my journey with this whole small business and social media thing. And so I don't want to exclude something like this because it's negative or because it's unplanned. Anyway, we'll see where I go with my Instagram page. Stay tuned if you want to find out where I go, because I have no idea at the moment.